So you've just started a new business, or you've had a business for quite a while, and now you're interested in introducing some new products, but at the same time, you're not really interested in storing a whole lot of inventory in your location or at your business location or within your home in the event you are a small business. So what do? Well, drop shipping. Now, there are many different sites out there for drop shipping, some providing a decent service, some providing a great service, some providing a horrible service. But in the end, they all seem to have the same issue, which is 99% of them are not located in the US. And the few that are located in the US, their prices are a little bit high and they don't leave you much room for profit. So I have the answer to that. Hello and welcome back to The Everyday Professional. Today, we're gonna talk Doba dropshipping. Now, I have seen Doba in the past as I'm searching through Google, looking for different dropshipping companies, and they're among the best. Now, what I had to do was line them up and figure out what makes Doba different than all the other competitors. And there was one thing that pretty much stood out to, actually there were quite a few things, which we'll go over in this video. But the major thing that I noticed was they had great quality products, but the majority of their business was within the US. Now, if you know anything about trying to find a supplier within the US, the prices can be pretty high, which leaves you less room for profit. But with Doba, those prices are much lower, allowing you to keep most of the profit. So with that said, let's take a look at Doba. Let's see what it is and how it works. Now, for those of you who are a little bit unfamiliar with Doba, they're a US-based company that's located and headquartered in Utah, which, all right, we're pretty much in the heartland of the US. And get this, these guys have been around since 2002. Yes, back in the days of the old fax machines and scanners and, wait a minute, wait. So for all of you who are young, a fax machine is this large machine that used to sit in the corner with the printer. They used to be almost as large, and we would put pieces of paper on there, put it there. You had to have a landline, dial up, and that whole little crazy, yeah. All right, enough of that. So you young guys, just take some time, go to ChatGPT. It'll tell you what a scanner and a fax machine is. Don't worry about that part, it's not important. So yeah, since the early 2000s, Doba has been perfecting the art of drop shipping and covers over 700,000 different products that can be synced to your website with little problem. Some of the platforms that they support are Shopify, Amazon, Wix, eBay, TikTok Shop, and so many others. Now, here's something that's gonna really stand out to you. I can tell you for a fact, working with a lot of different dropshipping suppliers and so on, the one thing that Doba does, which is very different, is all of their suppliers are vetted before they're even allowed onto the site to provide products for other businesses. Unlike some of the other guys, the other competition, Doba vets every single one of the suppliers to make sure that they have a history and they can get the job done and provide quality support. Now, we all know other sites that we work with and trying to get customer support, trying to get returns, it's so many different things. It's a waste. And then some of us have been ripped off before, which included myself. So again, one of the beautiful things about it is all of the suppliers are vetted. And again, they're in the US, which makes things so much easier. So what does that mean? If you order a Gucci belt, you get a Gucci belt, not a Guccia belt. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I actually know somebody who tried to order some Gucci on like one of the suppliers and it didn't say Gucci, I can tell you that much. So how does Doba work? So instead of sitting here and just explaining it word for word, blah, 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 I'm gonna take you to the site right now so you guys can check it out and see exactly how things look and how things function. Once you get to Doba.com, you're gonna see an array of different options from your left to your right and all the way up to the top as well as your search bar, of course. Once you're logged in, you see all your information to the right-hand side. And let's say you put in an order or so, it'll show up right there. Okay, first, let's say you have Shopify. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna connect Shopify to Doba itself. So now I'm using a customer Shopify just to show you guys how this works. So the first thing we wanna do, we wanna go over here to apps. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and search for Doba. There it is right there. So we'll click on it. All right, gives you all the information about Doba. Okay, how it works, just in case you wanna do a little bit of reading before you load up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna install it now. So I'm gonna go ahead and install. All right, yes, we're gonna give it access. We're gonna go ahead and install. All right, great. You've successfully connected it to your store. All right, so from here, all right, you can go to your settings and take a, set all of your settings inside of Shopify, however you wanna do it. Now that we're back to Doba, we're gonna use the example of a jewelry business. So let's say you sell earrings. So let's go in and let's take a look for some earrings. I'm gonna show you how you add them to your store. So first up, earrings, okay. I gotta learn how to spell. All right, so there's earrings here. Okay, great. All right, so let's just say, and if you look at the prices, they are much better than a lot of the different companies out there. So let's just say, I don't know, we like these little rabbit ears. Okay, great. Now, if you notice, as I have the mouse hovering over top of it, it tells you add to inventory. So from here, you literally would just click this. I can't do it from here because I'm using a test site, but from here, you would literally just click it and it would add directly to your Shopify. Now, one other thing to really consider is if you have a business and you're selling jewelry and you find a supplier that has a piece of jewelry that you like, be sure that you go through their other listings to make sure they specialize in jewelry. For example, you're not going to go to someone who specializes in technology and who just so happens to be selling a watch and buy a watch from him because you have no idea what you're going to get, the quality, will it be damaged? You have no idea. So the idea is just to say, okay, we're going to look at these bunny earrings. Okay, this is by Top Fashion. Let's take a look. This is all their products. Okay, so they have a few jewelry pieces, so it looks like they specialize in jewelry. Okay, this will be a good option, and you'll see others that you could add to your site as well. But this works, so let's say we added it. Okay, great. So now we're going to go back. All right, so we're back to our main page. Once you have these added onto your actual storefront, when a customer makes an order, your card is actually charged for the amount. So let's say those earrings were $6. Great. And let's say once you get those loaded onto your site, you put the price up to, let's say, $15, which will give you just about a $9 profit. Great. So when someone buys them at $15, Doba will go ahead and take their $6 and you're left with the rest of the profit. And it's just as easy as that. Now, another thing when it comes to finding products, one thing you can do is scroll all the way to the top. And what you will see is top ranking. So these are some of the top ranked products that are going right now on Doba. And then there's also another section for TikTok shop. So let's say you have a TikTok shop. You don't really do a large website, your storefront, you do everything through your TikTok. Well, great. This is letting you know some of the shop selections that are just going right now, things that are popular. And again, this easily connects to your TikTok shop as well. And then another section, if you go over to your right, you'll see new arrivals. You'll see high profit. So click on to high profit. So you see these are some larger items, but at the same time, for example, this carrying bag right here, carrying bag power station, $27. Now, I'm not an expert in these bags or whatever, but I'm pretty sure you can flip this guy for $60, $50, something like that, and make a little bit of money. So with that, $27, if you can sell it for $50, then you're already making a decent profit right there, about 23 bucks. So just something to think about. Then we're gonna go ahead and return back. You got premium suppliers. So these are for people who have your luxury brand. So let's say you're selling high-end products. This is where you go to get the higher rate suppliers. So for example, let's say we are doing, let's go down to this, I don't know, this light section here. This looks interesting. All right. Okay, so these are your wall light, outdoor LEDs. I mean, you guys get it at this point. We don't have to go through all the different products, but this is exactly how you move about within the system. So yes, you guys get the idea. And yes, there are other companies out there who do drop shipping and so on. But if you really take a look at them, you'll notice something. 90% of them are located outside of the US, which is not what we want. So during these times of tariffs and all this crazy stuff that's going on, Dova's a better option because they are actually located, their headquarters are in Utah, which means you have a better chance or less of a chance to dealing with all the different high prices and tariffs and so on. All their suppliers are vetted and there's no MOQs. Now, some people may say, okay, what's the point of MOQs? This is dropshipping, who needs to deal with that? MOQs are for the person who says, you know what, I want to make a large order and send them to myself. And then I'll distribute them, let's say at a trade show, company event, you're going to a flea market, something like that. That's where the MOQs come in. But outside of that, you really don't have to worry about it because everything is connected to the store and you just sit back and wait to get paid. Also something to think about, each supplier, all of their products auto update. So you never have to worry about overselling to a customer. So they'll say, okay, hey, we only have 10. And as the suppliers start, selling to other businesses, if it goes down to 2, nobody will be able to buy more than 2. They'll just say, hey, we're sold out versus there are other businesses that'll just let you go. You order, next thing you know, oh, we've allowed too many orders, and now you guys are gonna have to wait till we get them back in stock. You don't have to deal with that with Doba. So there you have it. That is Doba in a nutshell. And if you're wondering, yes, they're legit. Again, these guys, they're located in Utah. This is their headquarters. So any questions, they have a good customer service staff. All of their suppliers, again, are vetted. They've been around since the early 2000s, and they are a great option for those who want to start doing drop shipping or have a company or a website that's decided, you know what, I'm tired of just buying products and reselling. I'm just going to get into drop shipping and let's just sit back and make some money. Oh, one quick, do not let me forget this, refund policy. So when it comes to getting refunds from Doba, that's easy as well. All you have to do is send the product back, and as soon as they receive the product, your refund will be distributed out to you within a couple days. Also, every order that comes in will be shipped out within 2 to 5 days of the actual order. No more waiting for 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, and even 21 days when you have to deal with other suppliers that are outside the company. Doba makes things very easy for you, simple to connect, great customer service, no MOQs, every company is vetted. I mean, at this point, as far as I'm concerned, they're the best dropshipping company that I've actually experienced. And I've been through a lot of the other ones. And the biggest seller is they're in the US. And anybody who knows when it comes to dealing with US suppliers, those products can be really, 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 really high, which makes things very difficult if you're trying to really make a profit. So with Doba, those prices are not as high and you can still make a good profit. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the video, and thank you for Doba for reaching out. The biggest thing for me was the fact that they're actually located in the US. Now I've ran, different types of product-based businesses. I tried drop shipping, and just the lead times, waiting for products to get here, products become damaged, things like that. You're not gonna have that problem with Doba. If a product is damaged when it arrives, you can easily take pictures, send it out, you get your money back, or they'll swap it out for something different. So thank you guys again for watching. Please let me know your comments. If you had any experience with Doba, hey, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought. I always love to hear from you guys. But until then, have an amazing day. We'll talk soon.